Why, hello folks, old Buster coming to you here. I got another story for you. I think this is the 75th one. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year for the coming year of 2020. You know, Buster by himself now. Miss Lulu's gone. And I don't know when I'll be putting another story on, but hopefully it won't be too long. I don't rightly know if I'm going to leave Yankee land here and move back down south toward Texas, where Hired and Walter and, well, Jesse Darrell, he's still in Alabama, but he may be moving to Nashville. So we're going to try to get us all together, see how we're doing. And they all on Buster's team, you know. They worried about me, but it's going to be all right. We know Jesus. So y'all just say a few prayers for old Buster, and we'll just see if we can't just get another story after this one sometime in the future. Don't really know when, though, but we'll try. The name of this little story is called Toot, Toot in Calico County. Now, you know I always tell you these doggone stories have some truth to them. And now these two places I'm telling you, I'm going to stop right now. The Jennings family owns Toot Toot Restaurant in Bethany, Missouri. And it's a buffet kind of a restaurant, and they got more stuff there than you can shake a stick at. And Calico County is in Amarillo, Texas. Now, it's a different kind of restaurant. It's not a buffet, but man, they got some stuff that's good to eat. More than you can shake a stick at there, too. Just different parts of the country, different stuff. But those two right there, you need to know. That's if you ever go through there, you need to go eat there. If you want good homemade and homegrown stuff, that's where you get it. All righty. Toot Toot in Calico County. Well, Buster and the boys went off hunting with Pretty Boy Joe Murdaugh up in Bethany, Missouri. Now, Pretty Boy Joe been hunting there for some time and was talking to the boys at Soup's Pool Hall about how good the hunting was for turkeys. Plus, the Toot Toot restaurant had the best homegrown, homemade eating this side of Grandma Claire's kitchen. That's Buster's grandma, you know. Especially Miss Donna's fried chicken and milk gravy. Ain't nobody can touch his Grandma Claire except Miss Donna. That chicken, I'm telling you, you put a lip lock on that, whoo-wee. Man, boy, oh boy, it sure enough would make your tongue slap your tonsils. Well, all the boys took on off with Pretty Boy Joe for the trip up to Missouri and got settled in at their hunting camp and then headed on over to the Toot Toot to get a bite. Well, Pretty Boy Joe made the introductions to the Jennings family, and then they all commenced to eating. Now, I ain't about to tell y'all all about all the victuals they had set out, but it was right smart a spread, I tell you, and I'm going to tell you a few of them. They had country fried steak, they had ham, they had catfish, fried chicken, pot roast, corn, green beans, macaroni and cheese, beans and cornbread, mashed taters and gravy, that's brown and milk gravy, candied sweet taters, homemade rolls, and real fresh churned butter, spaghetti and meatballs, tater salad, coleslaw, and lettuce salad with all the fixins. Now for dessert, they had a peach and blackberry cobbler with vanilla ice cream and all manner of cakes. I couldn't even name them all. To drink, they had sweet iced tea, coffee, milk, and every kind of sody water there was to drink. Now Buster plumb outdid himself at eating and told Pretty Boy Joe he sure enough didn't tell no tale about the eating at the Toot Toot. And just why he ain't never told the boys about this place before. It was worth the trip for the food. The boys was hunting pretty near the whole week, and they all got their limit of turkeys. They ate at the Toot Toot near about every day too, and must have gained 10 pounds apiece. 2 days before the boys was to head on home, Buster said he got a phone call from Cowboy Bill Kimmel saying the hog hunting was ripe on the Canadian. Bill and his 2 boys, Cody and Cade, had baited for them feral hogs, and there was hundreds of them running amok. Said to come on down after they was done turkey hunting. Well, all the boys said they had the time, and it was fall, and all the crops was in and laid by. Pretty Boy Joe said he was itching for some hog hunting too. The boys went into town to eat at the Toot Toot near about 2 o'clock when sirens went to a blaring. A twister was said to be on them at any time and to get ready for it. The blow come all right and near about took out all of the town, but spared the Toot Toot and Ma and Pa Jennings' place. After the twister done its damage, everybody began to get out and see what all it done. Now, emergency crews and ambulances was a working day and night. The Toot Toot opened their doors for feeding any and all that needed it and wanted it. The boys decided to stay and help on out to folks that got hit and jumped in with both feet. Now, some folks lost most everything, but about everybody had damage to their place. Roofs was took plumb off of houses, and the houses was moved from their foundations, and trees was blowed down every which place. Now, the Jennings family, with their ma and pa and 8 young'uns, was a working day and night to feed folks and workers. Anybody that could come to help. There was a mighty tall order for a rebuilding, and the Jennings and the boys pitched in with their labor, food, and money. Wasn't long before help was a-coming from all over. State, federal, the Red Cross, and other churches and organizations came with all manner of donations and labor. It was a mighty task, I tell you. Whilst the cleaning up and the clearing the road to town, Buster looked up and seed somebody he knowed real well. Danged if it wasn't Miss Laura and her husband Big Daddy. Now, they told Buster they was on vacation, was nearby, and stopped by to help. As it was getting late, Buster told them to come with him and see the boys and meet the Jennings clan and eat the best supper they could get in this here part of the world. Now, Miss Laura and Big Daddy really did enjoy their supper and wanted to pay, but Miss Tony, that worked there for 34 years, said their money wasn't no good. They appreciated them helping out. Now, Miss Laura stayed for a spell of helping out at the hospital, seeing how she was a nurse and all. Now, Big Daddy was getting folks to where they needed to go and clean up too, helped out really a lot. They was still there when the boys left out. They said they would see them when they got on back to the house. Well, after the boys got through to their folks of telling them what all was a-happening, and they was fine as frog hair, they asked their folks to lend a hand for donation foods and clothes. Now, all the boys' paws got a trailer and sent up steers and hogs and chickens to feed folks, as well as other things brought in, including money. The family members of the boys that come up was used to camping out, so they didn't have a problem pitching a tent and setting up a campsite where the boys was. Well, after things settled down and the boys and the folks set out to leave, all the Jennings clan come to say goodbye to them and tell them how much they appreciated their help in time of need and to come on back soon. They'd be welcome. When Buster started to get on his truck, Miss Donna come up with fried chicken and milk gravy and a fresh baked apple pie for the road. She said she didn't want Buster to get hungry on the road and cave on in. Old Buster, he just hugged her neck and said she ain't seen the last of him, that's for sure. Now, all the Jennings thanked Pretty Boy Joe for bringing such good folks, as it was a blessing for him for sure. Now, after the boys and Pretty Boy Joe got on the road, they all decided to head on out for Texas and do some hog hunting and relaxing with Bill and his boys. Well, when the boys hit Amarillo, Buster said he had a surprise for sure for them. "What's that?" asked Howard. "Calico County," said Buster. "You know, that's where you ate that double order of wet fries." Now, wet fries is French fries with milk gravy over. Howard said, "Well, you ate a double order yourself whilst ordering more milk gravy, so don't be a-talking about me." Now, y'all know how good the food was at Toot Toot, but this here place is just as good, but a mite different, as they is different in parts of the country. So they got kind of different kinds of food. Well, Howard knows this place as well as I do and can testify to it. Well, Howard piped up and said, "Boys, it would take a month of Sundays to eat all what them folks fixed to eat here." Well, Buster said to just wait till they put a lip lock on their boiled cabbage. It's boiled and then fried in a little bacon grease. You talk about good. Man, you ain't never tasted nothing like it. Well, old Steve Garcia greeted Buster and the boys and asked Buster where in tarnation him and Howard been a-hiding. "Well, we been there and back," said Buster, "and we done brung all the boys and Pretty Boy Joe Murdahl with us this time. We's about to go hog hunting on a Canadian with Cowboy Bill Kimmel and his boys." "Now, Steve," says Howard, "you gotta fix up a full spread for Pretty Boy Joe for victuals. He ain't never had the likes of what you serve here." Buster hollered out, "Steve, just load the wagon and don't fret over the mule. This here feed is on me." Now, folks, I got the menu here, which I can't read all of it, But if you write me at busterandtheboys@yahoo.com, I'll send you all of that. You know, all of my stories have research and pictures and whatnot, but you can't put them on this video. But you'll love to see all that. You just write me and I'll send them to you. I generally use what they call transfer big files, where I can just send them all at one time. But if you want it, just write busterandtheboys@yahoo.com. But I'm going to tell you this, folks. Now, if you can't find something here to eat, you just ain't hungry. Well, after the boys ate their fill, they headed on out to Cowboy Bill's place. And on the way over, the boys stopped over to say howdy to old Ray Earlbeck, seeing as he was feeling poorly, you know. Now, as y'all remember, Ray done near about ridded the country of coyotes. He quit counting after he kicked 5,000, and that's Dayton's, you know. Well, Ray wished them well in their hog hunting and said he appreciated them stopping by. The boys sidled on over to Bill's place and visited for a spell and had some of Bill's chili for a snack that Bill had made along with some canned pickled okra, fresh sourdough bread, and sand plum jelly. Well, Bill and the boys made up to leave later that evening and camp out on the Canadian to get an early start. Bill's boys, Cody and Cade, would meet them there. The next day, Cody put the boys where he knowed the hogs would come in for the bait. Well, sunrise brought hellfire and brimstone on them hogs, I tell you. Several boars went over 400 pounds, and sows and littlings numbered in the hundreds. With all the shooting near about melted the barrels on their rifles. They was red as a beet, I'm here to tell you. When all was said and done, 162 hogs was killed. Bill said the day before the ranch owners next to him killed 250 out of a helicopter. Them hogs is a real menace and mean as a snake, and they just breed too fast. Well, Bill said now it's time to go to work. The butchering took the better part of 4 days with lots of folks helping out. What we gonna do with all this here meat, said Pretty Boy Joe. Well, I called Steve Garcia, says Bill, over to Calico County, and he said they had plenty of folks with barbecue pits and the fairgrounds would open up for folks to come for a free feed as long as the food lasted. Some local bands and country singers would perform too. The hired's uncle was in town and would give the blessing, and the Baptist Church choir would sing the national anthem. A few of the local boys at rodeo said they'd put on some bull and bronc riding and steer roping and bulldogging. Well, after hearing all of that, the gals led by Bill's wife Dickie said they would put on barrel racing for the gals as well. Old Carson Leverett said he would donate a pair of custom boots to the winners of each event and sing his in song side poodles too. Now, you know old Carson, now, them handmade custom boots, they go for a pretty penny, but they sure enough good boots. If you want some good boots, you just go find old Carson Leverett in Amarillo, Texas, and order you some boots. Seems like there was going to be a high old time in Amarillo, that's for sure. The boys and Pretty Boy Joe had one heck of a good time, and Amarillo won't forget them calf fries either that was donated. For a put-together event, on the spur of the moment, it all worked out better than anyone expected. You'd expect a rowdy crowd, but wasn't none of that, even though the local beer distributor furnished free beer for all. 'Twasn't a politician bothering nobody neither. It was a good time had by all. When the boys got back to the house, Buster and the boys had some honorary certificates signed by the governor sent to the folks of Amarillo, Toot, Calico County. They was for their example of hospitality, citizenship, and helping their fellow man and neighbor. Boy, you got me tongue-tied there a little bit. When Pretty Boy Joe got home, he told the boys to count on him for any trip they took. He had the time of his life and appreciated the boys' friendship beyond measure. Well, Buster said if and we keep on having a good time like we are now, and like we had, you know the gals will have to come too. Well, Hired said to save your pennies, boys. The gals ain't gonna sleep in no tent. Well, we know that already. 6 months later, Buster and the boys, Hired, Jesse, Walter, and Pretty Boy Joe, was recognized by the governors of Missouri and Texas, as well as the mayors of Bethany and Amarillo, for their contributions to their communities. Now, Miss Laura was honored for her heroic efforts for aid to the injured and the saving of several lives in the tornado in Bethany. Quite a lady. Old Big Daddy just grinned at the ceremony. Well, till the next time, y'all have a blessed day. You hear? Old Buster out.